Okay. So I am live. Alright, so it was a little bit late. Okay. Welcome everybody to Epps World Entertainment, your one stop for geeky news. How's it going? I know it's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks actually. I'm looking at both of you guys here and then you guys over here. I hope everybody's doing good. Right now I'm kind of running a side chat with the TikTok people. I hope they're doing great. So you guys keep on. Thank you supporting me on the TikTok. I haven't done an episode in a minute because I've been busy with work and normal stuff and whatnot. So, and I'm trying this out. I am trying out some new technical stuff right now, some behind the scenes stuff. This is I'm using OBS right now. I've used it in the past, but so we're trying to see how we do with this. So right now, though, we are gonna jump right into it. Starting with this right here from DC Film News, off of provided from Reddit. Right now, we got photos from the set of Lanterns. Lanterns is the new Green Lanterns TV show that's coming out, starring, if I remember correctly, Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, if I remember correctly. If anybody needs to correct me on that, let me know, and I will reinstate that, or will recorrect myself here. That being said, let's take a look. We got them at a cafe. We got some place called John Deere, which is a small engine repair, but it looks like it's just like a little wall. We've got what looks like a post office. You could tell maybe it's a post office because of the mailbox there. And then it looks like everything's kind of taking place in this small town a little bit. So I'm liking it so far. We still haven't really seen too much of them. We did get to see some costumes of Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler, who's playing Hal Jordan, by the way. So next, here we go. We got the stars have a line for the Doctor and Belinda. But what does it mean? Uncover. So we're getting ready for season 2 of Doctor Who, or if you're a real true Whovian, this is like season 538. That being said, we got a good look at the Doctor and Belinda, who's the new companion from this issue of Doctor Who magazine. Doctor's rocking like a kilt kind of thing going on here, all in blue, TARDIS blue, as it's saying. And then she's wearing just pretty much normal clothes. So, if you guys don't remember Belinda, then you will remember her, at least the actress. She was in last season's one of the episodes from last season. They loved her so much that they asked her to come back to be a main character. So I saw that today on Good Morning America. So that was kind of nice and whatnot. So let's take a look at my norm here. Oh, here we go. DC Studios has officially cast actress Brie Noel as White Rabbit, one of Batman's villains, in Peacemaker Season 2. Oh my, let me find out who White Rabbit is here. White Rabbit was a Batman villain, so let's see what exactly we can get out of her. Let's see, DC. Maybe she's part of a group of some kind. So she's on Earth Prime. Jaina Hudson, Gotham City socialite and mysterious criminal. Okay, we're gonna go on fandom here. From Earth Prime, and this is what she's gonna look like. Wow. Get a good look at that. It looks like she's kind of using Batman. I want to know what her kind of powers are, though. I'm going to move this here. Jaina Hudson was born in American diplomat Tom Hudson and his wife, a Bollywood actress. Let's see. Responsibilities, prevent from saying, blah, blah. Okay. So she made her first appearance, um, her first criminal appearance at one of the breakouts of Arkham Asylum. She teased Batman and Gotham City Police Department before running off into the corridors. It soon became clear that Batman had never witnessed a woman before, the woman before, and had Alfred Pennyworth attempt to locate her, in particular, while he tracked and detained other escapees. Responding to a tip-off about the location of the Joker, Batman entered a speeding train and found a host of dead clown thugs and the alluring White Rabbit. Batman chased her for answers, but when he finally found her in a compartment, the villainess was draped over the Joker. A fight broke out between Batman and Joker, of course, only for the clown to reveal herself to be Clayface in disguise. After the reveal, the fight was finished off as Clayface toppled over and landed on Batman. Once the hero was stuck, White Rabbit sensually stroked his face, and she be okay. So apparently she is more of a temptress, it's looking like. She's been involved in the Arkham breakout along with Arkham War. And she is very, it makes sense. She was with the Mad Hatter at some point too, during that. So my question for you now is that, do you think they're gonna do like a sort of like Alice in Wonderland thing for Peacemaker season 2, or what? We'll see. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, if you guys have not watched Daredevil yet, Daredevil Born Again. So we're about 5 or 6 episodes in now for Daredevil Born Again. And honestly, it's been one of the better. It's nice to kind of see Marvel be a little more grounded than what it was. It's been a minute, of course, since we've seen these characters together, both Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock, and we're following both of them. Honestly, this is probably one of the better seasons of Daredevil altogether, even with the Netflix shows. Yeah, but season 1 is still by far one of my favorites, especially with that hallway scene. The hallway scene will always get it. But now I'm really wanting to see him back as Daredevil, you know? Daredevil is one of the characters of the ground level Marvel, universe and whatnot. So if you guys haven't watched it, go watch it yet. I'm giving it a good review. I'll give a full review at the end of it. Now, to much recent news, literally just broken news right now. Nick Frost is in talks to play Hagrid in the Harry Potter TV show. Now, Nick Frost has been killing it on the acting lately, I feel like. Like, he's literally the best part of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. As the big robot. I call him robot. Big android. Anyway, could we see him as I could see him as Hagrid, but I think it's just also because of the beard. But even without the beard, I still like Nick Frost. Nick Frost has been one of my favorite actors to watch, especially with his work in the Cornetto series of films with Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. So I would say if you just give it a chance. So let's see, we're getting Witcher 4. In video games news, we're getting Witcher 4. Of course, it's going to be released in 2026. I personally haven't played any of the Witcher games. I'm not really a big Witcher fan. But that being said, I do recognize the fandom and the fandoms out there for The Witcher. I appreciate that fandom. It's one of the biggest fandoms out there, too, within video games, and it's still going. But it looks like we're getting a female lead now. And I wonder if that has anything to do with Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher and moving on. So, but anyway, let's head over to Deadline. So here's some late news. Gwyneth Paltrow says she might return to Marvel films, addresses how often she talks to Robert Downey Jr. and takes on Meghan Markle beef reports. Okay. We'll probably stick to the Gwyneth Paltrow. So the last time we saw Gwyneth Paltrow was Endgame. Gwyneth Paltrow is answering questions and opening up about her future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How often she talks to her Iron Man co-star Robert Downey Jr. and rumors about a feud with Meghan Markle. Paltrow took to Instagram and opened herself up to answer questions. One of her followers asked her to be honest about whether she was returning to MCU as Pepper Potts. The truth is, I don't really know, Paltrow said. I think I might, but I'm not sure. Nothing is confirmed. That is the truth, and that's the inside scoop. So, for those who don't know, she's been playing Pepper Potts since 2008. And really, when Robert Downey Jr.'s character kind of like left, her character left pretty much. There's not really any place you could take Pepper Potts, per se. But that being said, it would be nice to kind of get like a check-in to be like, okay, because it's been since Endgame was probably set in 23, I think. So, or yeah, 2023, I think. And so really it's been about, it's 16, 27, or 27, 2026, maybe in the MCU now. I'm not sure. So it's been a while. That way we can kind of catch up and see where she's at as a person, as a mom, as a character. So, that being said, I would honestly involve her in maybe at the end of Doomsday, just because we'll get to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face and she could be like, oh my, Tony, you know, don't you remember me, Tony? Or Tony, like, don't you know I love you? It's that kind of whole situation. I think her whole like arc on there is pretty much over, like I said. But you know, who am I? That being said, speaking of returnings, Malcolm in the Middle revival set to happen, of course. If you guys haven't seen that teaser with the cast of Malcolm in the Middle, really, the Malcolm, Bryan Cranston, and of course the mom, I forgot her name, of course, because that's me. But that being said, Malcolm in the Middle is coming back for Disney Plus, pretty much as a revival. I don't know how many episodes they're doing per se, but they're recasting one character. So, and that's Dewey, the younger brother. So, Caleb Ellsworth Clark is taking over the role of Genius Malcolm's younger brother, Dewey. The recasting is not a surprise. Eric Purcell, who played the role in the original series, was not expected to make a return, as he quit acting in 2010 and has not participated in any Malcolm in the Middle. I don't know. I mean, he was a kid when that whole thing happened, and maybe it was a good time at that point in his life, but still, I also kind of understand that, you know, you grow up, you move on, it happens. So, that being said, it's nice that we're getting more and more like Malcolm in the Middle stuff, like updates and whatnot. I really can't wait for that. So, I'm looking forward to it big time. Real quick, before I forget, actually, you know what? We'll do this first. We will do this first. Okay. We'll do this next. Okay. So, 2025, Fantastic Four actor says movie will go down in history by rejuvenating the MCU. I hope so. Star Paul Walter Hauser is very high on the upcoming film, which means he's super excited. Let's see. In a new interview, one actor in Fantastic Four praises the film's storytelling directly, comparing it to two of the MCU's best entries. MCU's spiraling quality and box office revenue have been tad bit overblown, with successes like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Deadpool and Wolverine still occurring in recent years. However, fans can hardly ignore its string of sequel flops like the Marvels, Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania, and Captain America: Brave New World, given its current trajectory. Okay, real quick with Captain America: Brave New World, alright? I went into that movie not expecting anything big, even with the Red Hulk, alright? I went into, and really the Red Hulk should have showed up in a Hulk movie. That being said, I went into it not being something super big. I went into it being like, okay, this is going to be the start of something new. Let's go up. We're going up the roller coaster hill and whatnot. Now, I am looking forward to Thunderbolts, and I'm expecting that to go a little bit better, way better. But Fantastic Four is supposed to be the bigger, major step. You know, first steps, of course. So, let's see. The Direct, which is where I'm reading this from right now, you guys go check out the Direct. The Direct's Russ Milham had a chance to have an exclusive interview with Paul Walter Hauser while promoting his upcoming film, The Luckiest Man in America, where he stars as a titular lucky man, Michael Larson, who outsmarted CBS's game show Press Your Luck. While the Direct had the chance, and we also asked Hauser about his involvement in the Fantastic Four, specifically regarding how the film can bring back some Marvel fans who may have been turned off by superb recent outings. Hauser, whose role in the movie is still being kept in the dark, started off by explaining that no director or studio will hit the mark every time with every project. That's true. He stated saying, let's remember that Marvel is serving a lot of folks, and they want to make a lot of entertainment for people to enjoy, and none of us are 100%. None of us hit the mark every time. Not a single one of us. Your favorite director has made less than satisfactory movies. Just facts. That's true. Listen, nobody's perfect, y'all. Alright? Nobody is perfect. I could sit here and show you my numbers for each podcast that I've done throughout the years, and I think out of maybe, I think 5 have been like really up there. Really. So I think our movie, Fantastic Four, he states, First Steps, to me, only speaking from my opinion, everything I witnessed and took part in, everything I felt while in the presence of the creatives on the film, I believe we are the Marvel movie of the year. I believe we are the one to watch. I'm keeping that up there with Deadpool and Wolverine a little bit, because honestly, when that came out, that was my movie of the year. I enjoyed the heck out of that. I enjoyed it so much I even got it. So I bought it digitally. But with that being said, hold on. I guess free the alpha? Is their site down? Yikes. I have to check into that. But if you guys, let's see. Okay, here we go. That is not what I was looking for, to be honest with you. Yeah, oh, wow. This is news to me. All right, so we'll have to get back to that one. Free the Alpha. Free the Alpha. This was brought to you by Free, but we'll figure out what's wrong later on. In the meantime, guys, please help. Please support the podcast. You can hit my Buy Me Coffee link, of course, on the Instagram. Every little helps. Every little helps. Also, I'll make sure to include some other links and other ways you guys can help. I'm actually trying to work on getting some funding so I can start my store and start the podcast, studio. So we'll work on that a little bit later. But let's see what else we have going on, guys, in the world. Ooh. Okay, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning, reportedly had a $400 million budget. That means it has to do way better. Like the last film grossed $571 million. Jeez. That's a lot. That's a lot. Jeez. Oh, okay. Let's see what else we got, guys, going on. Prize picks. No. Okay. Here we go. Here's something. So, Amy Pascal. I know. Don't hold on before you. Amy Pascal and David Hyman. Heyman. David Heyman have landed a license to Thrill. Amazon MGM has officially tapped the duo to produce the next 007 film, marking a historic shift as the first Bond installment produced outside of the Broccoli family. Are you surprised by this? First off, no. Because Amazon did like a live action, I think a live action James Bond thing where it was just like, oh, live like James Bond. So let's see where they're going with this. All right, from Empire News. Last month, the movie world was left shaken and stirred by the news that Amazon MGM has taken creative control of the James Bond franchise, with longtime producer Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, who both have been working on 007 features since 1977's The Spy Who Loved Me, stepping back to pursue other creative and charitable pursuits, ending an era of British cinema in the process. Now, per THR's reporting, we're learning that industry veterans Amy Pascal and David Heyman, producers of Spider-Man and the Wizarding World franchise, respectively, have struck a deal to guide everybody's favorite 00 agent into a bold new era. Okay, so let's look at the last two Fantastic Beasts movies. Not exactly the best. Like, I love them. Like, I like the, see young Dumbledore and whatnot, but honestly, I feel like they had all they could say with Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. You know where they screwed up? They screwed up where they started making it, like, too complicated. They made all the storylines too complicated and whatnot. And then as far as like the Spider-Man movies, I like Spider-Man movies. I love them. I'll watch a Spider-Man movie, but the other movies within the Spider-Man universe have not been that great at all. Craven was something, but the worst of them has been Madam Web. Madam Web didn't know what timeline it wanted to be part of. It also didn't know exactly which Peter Parker was being born in that world. They couldn't decide whether to be Tobey Maguire's one or Andrew Garfield's. And they couldn't do Tom Holland because he would have been just too young at that point. So, that being said, let's see what they're saying. Okay, we're approaching every creative decision with James Bond, which Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson have so masterfully steered with the greatest sense of responsibility. Amazon MGM head of film Courtney Velletti said in a statement accompanying the announcement of Heyman and Pascal's new partnership, part of an elite group of producers who have developed and managed massive film franchises, the box office success and critical acclaim. Amy Pascal and David Heyman are two of the most accomplished, experienced, and respected film producers in our industry. We are honored to be working with them on James Bond's next chapter, and are excited to deliver the global audience storytelling that uploads the impeccable legacy of the beloved character. Okay, so let's get this going. Real quick, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What exactly are you guys like? What exactly are you guys looking forward to in this James Bond series if they do it? Because they killed Bond last time. Bond died. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers if you haven't seen a new James Bond movie. Or the last James Bond movie, but it's been out forever at this point now. But, they killed James Bond. James Bond is gone, dead, whatnot, and everything. That's how they decided. So where do you go? I had an idea for that universe at some point, and I wrote it down. I did all this and whatnot, and I kind of didn't go anywhere with it just because it was for fun. But it had to do with the legacy of Bond. It was called 007 Legacy, or a legacy to live, and it was literally about his daughter. Years and years later, having to live in the shadow of James Bond's legacy and whatnot. She had to sit there and make her own thing. She, of course, she goes through the whole thing where she's like a troublemaker and blah, 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 and all this and whatnot. But she also goes through the whole thing where it's just like, she's going to forge her own legacy. Forget 007, this is who I am and whatnot. So I would have loved to have seen that movie happen. But, that was just my idea of the movie for it. So what do you guys think? And do you think we're doomed with the whole James Bond thing, or do you think that we are in some good hands? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see what else we got. Okay. That being said, if you guys have not checked it out yet, the trailer for Final Destination has come out. Final Destination Bloodlines has come out. If you guys have not seen it, I posted it on the Epps World X page. I also did post it on the Instagram page. This movie is actually following, and it's just taking an interesting take, to be honest with you. So, let's see. Oh, did I not post it on here? I did not post it on X for some reason. Okay, so I posted it on Instagram. But that being said, I will show a little bit. I'm not going to show too much because I don't want to get, flagged or banned or anything like that. So, Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. If you look at it, and I'm just going to kind of go through it here. It literally starts at like a family barbecue happening. They're having fun and whatnot. Like, oh, we're family. And a piece of glass goes into some ice. New Line Cinema. Like, it shows you like one of the first deaths. But what I get to, and it's literally, I think it might be connected to a lot of like what happened to the other movies. Like, this is about something that happened back in what looks like the 50s. You know, I'm not gonna show too much, but if you can see here, you got people falling out of a rising restaurant right now and whatnot. And this is after she has this girl this has a vision who becomes a grandma years later, and now it's up to this family to like save their legacy. And you see like her grandma has all of these like connected thing. Like, she looks like she's been connected. And then you got little Easter eggs here. Like, let's see, let me go back to it. The flight, if you see the plane, that's from Final Destination 1, and it shows how like the fuel intake's messed up and everything. They even have, let's see, I know there was something else that they had in here. They have like who's connected. You got the whole family here, of course, happening. And then you got, where is he? Where is Mr. Here he is. You got Mr. Todd showing up. Mr. Tony Todd showing up in his last role. Returning as the coroner, who is the bad motherfucker. I'm hoping that he gets a good send-off for this movie. It's honestly gonna be I'm hoping it's a bloodbath. But that being said, it kind of looks like all the other movies, besides the first two. The first two looks, a little dark toned and whatnot. The other ones were kind of bright and whatnot. So hopefully, the tones for the other ones, for this one, is still pretty dark. At least I'm hoping so. But who knows how this works? Let's go to the anime world. And in the meantime, if you guys, of course, want to support me, there's many ways. You guys go to Instagram. You guys can go to my page on here and subscribe, support. Let's see. So, let's find out anime news here. If you guys haven't noticed, there is actually going to be a let's see, what is that show? Kaiju number 8 coming out. Movie coming out, but it's literally just going to be season 1 all over. If you guys have not seen Kaiju number 8, it's literally, let me see if I could try to find Kaiju number 8. Here we go. Kaiju number 8. Alright, so if you've not seen Kaiju number 8, it's about a guy, I don't know why they're showing something, it's about a guy who literally can turn into a kaiju after accidentally eating a kaiju. So I guess it's stuck in his, and really he kind of says he ate it, but it really just kind of went into him. Ooh, that's some uh-oh right there. Trying to get okay, here's a little piece of the trailer that we saw. If you see, and this is called Kaiju number 8 Recon Mission. Basically, it's restating what happened in season 1. So it's one of those movies that has happened. I'm still going through Kaiju number 8, so I'm almost done with it. But that being said, I hope that this is showing some stuff that we've never seen before. I'm hoping that we also discover, like, maybe where some of these other kaijus come from and whatnot. Speaking of movies coming out, Chainsaw Man. So, new Chainsaw Man is coming out. It's a movie called Chainsaw Man, the Reezy arc. I talked about it a little bit before, somewhere, I think on a couple episodes back. But that being said, this is about somebody who literally gets killed by a we'll say a demon of some kind, and his dog, who's also sort of a demon, ends up getting killed, and they end up bonding together for him to make Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man is honestly one of those animes that is worth the watch. I will say it does get a little cringe in some parts, for sure. But yeah. Speaking of more anime news, Evanescence is making a comeback. Anime music news. Evanescence is making a comeback with Devil May Cry with a new song called Afterlife. So if you guys, the last time I heard Evanescence, I'm not gonna lie, is 2000s, guys. I haven't listened to Evanescence. No, not really. I listened to Amy Lee sing on Nightmare Revisited, which was the Nightmare Before Christmas compilation album. She's got such a beautiful voice. Still does, and whatnot. And then, of course, also more in anime news, One Piece, the Egghead Arc Part 2 is coming out. I'm more of the fan of the live action now. I know. But I love that live action show. But let's see. We got a good look at Luffy here, and looking buff as I don't know what for some reason. And then we got Zoro. I don't know who any of the rest of these characters are, I'm not gonna lie. But that being said, One Piece has been on forever. The release date is April 6th, 2025. So you guys go check that out. And then finally we'll do one more. Let's go back to communities real quick. Try to find one more that we can talk about. I've already said hi to you. Oh, let's go to horror. Let's talk more horror news. Okay. Let's see. So, horror game has been on point lately. This is just a bunch of stuff, though, that we're talking. Ooh, that's a good movie, The Dead Don't Die. Dead Don't Die is a really good movie. Alright, so really, there's not much in horror news except for that Final Destination, guys. I'm hoping everybody's going to have a good time, a good night, and whatnot. You guys keep on listening to Epps World. I'll try to do more each week if I can. Lives on YouTube will be uncut and everything. I will try to post these as podcasts, of course, on Spotify and everything. But until then, you guys, thank you for listening to Epps World Entertainment. Keep on staying geeky.